Hey guys, this is the Rock Man at Brick by Brick here in San Diego. I'm sitting here with a couple of the guys from MetalABBA. This is Armand, the keyboard player, and John, the guitar player. And I just heard their sound check, and let me tell you what, these guys kick ass. So without further ado, we're going to talk a little bit about how this whole thing came about. And first, I guess we'll talk with John because he's the guy that arranged everything. So, John, tell me, how did the whole idea of the MetalABBA thing come about?
Okay, so our singer Lucy, she was one, she contacted me on Facebook. She was like, hey, I've been thinking about doing this MetalABBA thing for a very long time. Would you be interested in doing it? So I told her, I love the idea. I'm in if I get to be the music director and arrange everything. Because I feel the music has to be handled with a lot of love and respect, because it's already perfect. So how do we take that and kind of make it rock with drums, electric guitars, and all that stuff?
Right, right. And when I went online to kind of review what you guys do, I could hear the influences immediately of your favorite people and your favorite people. So I mean, you took a group that sold 350 million albums worldwide, and rocked the living shit out of it. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's funny because it lends itself remarkably well to our harder approach to playing it with the big drums and like rocking guitars and guitar solos and that whole thing.
Right.
But yeah, that was really a challenge, because like I hate when a band just like takes the song and just like plays it on the distortion channel and just like, oh yeah, we're a metal so-and-so band. But like I wanted to make sure all the hooks are still in there, all the arrangements, like, oh, this string thing might be a keyboard now, or electric guitar and all that stuff, and then just like craft riffs around it when there was room to craft riffs. And
Right,
of course,
right.
you know, big booming drums and all that stuff.
Yeah, what I noticed was everything was done tastefully. Every instrument on stage had a part to play, and everything just gelled. I mean, it wasn't rushed. The drummer, I mean, he was like a metronome. You know, he was just
amazing.
like on the beat, and
That
of
was,
course the girls' vocals are stellar.
that was also like sort of a condition of mine, because like if I wanted to do this, if we were going to do this, I want to handpick everybody, so I knew I would get the best guy I could get on every position. Because that's another thing, like, you can, hey, let's get some buddies together and play as fun, but it's never going to be like perfect. And for this music, again, you gotta treat it with a lot of respect. So I wanted to get the best bass player I could get. I want to get the best drummer, and so on and so on. So I think that really adds to it as well. Like, you have top-notch players, like Armand, fantastic keyboard player. Yeah.
So Armand,
Yes.
how did you and John meet?
Oh, I knew of John's work for a while. I had never met him before. I was actually a fan. I loved his playing. And then I got a call from Don, who was basically talking about playing in this situation. And, you know, you guys were talking, but you have no idea how fantastic this guy is. I've worked with crazy amounts of people, and very seldom do I get to relate to somebody on not only musical level but compositional level, who understands depth of theory behind just the basic whatever.
Absolutely.
Last rehearsal, I just yank out a piece of music and I show my musical notation part, and John knows exactly what it is, and he understands the rest of the things, and he knows the answer. I don't get that amongst rockers.
No.
It's just
Yeah, because most of us, well, I'm not going to include myself in that, but most of the musicians don't read, and they've never studied theory or composition.
But this man is like, I don't know, Chopin. He writes all the parts out, not on some, vocoder or whatever recorder, but out by hand.
Yeah.
It's music. It's printed. He gave me a stack of sheets that we'll see at the rehearsals. Like, that's nice.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. How many guitar players do you know who do that? And then when you listen to him play, it's insane what's coming out of that guitar.
Yeah. I mean, I was listening to him play on the way down here, and you can hear the influences of people that I know he admires, like Steve Lukather from Toto.
Oh yeah, it's all there.
Yeah.
And the ease of play. I mean, look at the gig. He's gonna stand there, joke around, never miss a note.
Right.
Yeah, and it's all like faster than Mom's thing.
Yeah. Well, it isn't about how fast you play. It's about what you say with what you play.
And there is this fun element, and there's joking around, and there is just come to the gig. You'll see, right? Well, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
You come to the gig and.
Well, we're here tonight, man. I'm looking to get blown away by the entire show. I mean, I just saw the sound check, and it was like, wow. I don't know if you guys could hear what you were doing up there on stage. Oh.
You go by osmosis in the rock band, you know that, right?
Yeah. Well, once the crowd gets in here and everything, you guys,
changes everything.
yeah, it's going to change everything. You guys will be able to hear perfect.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. That's a great venue too, and we're
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good show.
This place is famous. Everybody's played here. Guns N' Roses, everybody. I mean, literally. And now we've got new owners here who are in a rock band themselves, so they kind of know what's going on, and that's cool. Anything you want to say? How do the people get in touch with you guys?
You will have to ask Dawn about this because she's the one who
All
did
right.
this gig. So.
That's fair enough, and I will do that.
Like I like the musical thing. I'm in control of that. But when it comes to all the peripheral stuff, whoever takes care of it takes care of it.
I got you, and you got a full-time job just doing that. Are you guys adding any songs to the set, or are you just?
Well, we're doing, I believe, 14 or 15 songs today.
Okay.
So it's going to be all the hits our way.
I hear some goodies coming up, but my lips is sealed.
All right. Well, listen, you've heard it here. This is Rockman Rocks from Brick by Brick with the guys from MetalABBA, Armand and John. We're going to be interviewing the girls here in a moment. Stay tuned for that. And stay tuned for MetalABBA because they are going to tear your face off. This is Rockman. We're out of here. All right, guys, this is the Rockman. We're back here at Brick by Brick. I'm with the two lead singers of MetalABBA. I have Dawn on my right. I have Lucy on my left. And we're going to talk about all things MetalABBA. So I guess, Lucy, I'll talk to you first.
Yeah.
How did you put this amazing band together?
I grew up with ABBA in the Netherlands. It was my favorite band. And grew up singing to all the albums. And I always wanted to, start an ABBA tribute band. My whole life, actually. I actually auditioned for Björn again years ago. I got the job, but I couldn't do it because of green card issues back then, because I just moved here. And so, I put it aside for a little bit because I talked to some people about the idea, but most people thought it was too complicated. So I didn't really think about it anymore. I concentrated on several hard tribute bands I was in. And then the idea came back into my head beginning of this year. I was like, I got to do this. I want to do this because I was a little bit, disappointed in the music scene and everything, and I thought I want to do something different. So I approached my previous band member. I was in a Whitesnake band with John Holt, and I told him I'm interested in starting a ABBA tribute band, and are you interested? And he immediately said yes, and then it started rolling. Actually, that same year, I was invited to sing at the Metal Jam in Long Beach for autism, and that's where I met Dawn. And I was immediately attracted to her because she was so beautiful, and she looked like a real, a woman I could work with in the band. And she said yes. And so we got married 2 days later, and we have 3 children. And I'm kidding. No, so she said yes, and through Dawn we found the other members, like Armand, the keyboard player, and the other members. It came together pretty quick. John rearranged all the songs and
Did a brilliant job, too.
Yes, he did. I'm very proud of the results. We wanted to stay as close to the original ABBA sound as possible.
Yeah, you guys are actually singing in the same key.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unique when you add a metal tinge to it. You stayed true to the original
Yeah,
songs.
that was the idea. I wanted to stay as true to the original sound as possible because I adore this band and I have a lot of respect for them. And if I was gonna play their music a little heavier, then at least keep as much of the sound that they have intact. That's what I wanted to do, including all the backup vocals.
The whole thing, when I listened to it, it was obvious to me, and I told Brian this when I got to his house today. I said, these guys are all trained players. And he goes, what do you mean? And I said, well, you know, being a Berkeley kid, I get it. I knew immediately. You could
Oh,
hear it.
thank you.
I could hear it in the playing. That these were excellent musicians. They get what your concept was, and you guys, for the short time that you've been doing this, is pretty amazing. I got to be honest with you.
Thank you.
I
Thank you. Yeah, it's
I can't wait.
we're brand new.
Yeah, well, you're old souls. You've been around, right?
Right. The band is brand new. We are
Right.
old. I'm 256.
Very good. So, Dawn,
Yes.
let's
Hello.
talk.
Well-
how did you meet this crazy person?
Well, I had moved here from Seattle in March 2015, and I saw that there was a metal jam thing, and I thought I could trot in there and go jam, but that wasn't the case. So I had to sign up and wait a year, and it was fine because it was only blocks away from where I lived at the time. And when I signed up, I saw that Lucy was on the string, kind of going back and forth. I was she seems interesting. I could tell she was from another country. And so at the Metal Jam, we met and she asked me if I'd be interested in doing an ABBA tribute. Like within 20 minutes of meeting her, she asked me if I'd be interested. And I said, yeah. And I was saying yeah to just about everything at the time because a lot was falling away. And like you say, yeah, and it just kind of falls apart. But it didn't. It ended up sticking. And I was like, oh my God, I better start learning some ABBA because I only knew of Dancing Queen, The Winner Takes It All, and I'd only heard a few songs, and I wasn't really into ABBA. Now I absolutely adore ABBA. I totally respect ABBA, and it's very challenging for a vocalist to do the harmonies correctly. And I've been put to task, and we'll just see how it goes tonight. We're getting ready to go up on the stage in a couple hours, so we just got here from LA. And yeah, so well, thank you for supporting us and believing in us.
Hey, listen, we love doing this kind of stuff. It's not just the headliners that we enjoy doing, but we like doing all the tribute bands because
nice.
we really appreciate what you guys are doing.
Thank
You know, it's a lot of work to get it just right. And this is the first time, I got to be honest, that we've seen a tribute band that's taken the liberties that you guys did to change the music. And I got to tell you, man, I was thrilled to come down here tonight and do this with you folks.
Thank you.
In any case, I'm going to let you girls go get ready because I know you got to play tonight. I want you to know that we'll be up front watching you, so kick ass and take names.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You got it. All right, guys, this is the Rock Man signing off from Brick by Brick. We're out of here.